Well, good morning, screen people. We are on our way to Agora Hills to do, I believe it's 7 new white screens. People just bought the house, and guess what, folks? No screens. I'm finding this more and more that people purchase homes and then they find out that they don't have any screens in the windows. I guess when they do the home inspection and walkthrough, they forget to check the window screens to make sure they're still there. It's supposed to be window screens on your house when you buy it, right? But lots of times they don't have them, or the ones they do have are completely shot. Holes in them, bent frames, all those good things. But we're going to be going over there. We'll film a little bit of this in a big job. I think there's just 7, maybe 8, maybe 7 or 8 screens. I don't know. I can't remember now. But a couple of them are up above. I'll probably have to get the ladder out and get up there. That's always fun. It's more work to get the ladder off my truck than to actually use it. So we'll be doing that too. I mentioned in my last video that we are going to be probably moving forward with putting together a system so that people across the country, if they wanted to get involved in window screen repair, where do you start? You know, there's a lot to learn about it, as simple as it seems. I know it doesn't seem like much, but there's a million things you got to know. And when I first got into this, I looked into franchises. They're very, very cost prohibitive, very expensive. 40,000 plus to get into one of those franchises. That's a pretty big commitment to make, and to get that money back, even though it would be a business expense. That's a lot of screens to get 40 grand back that you put up front to get into the business. So my plan is, hopefully it all works out, is to put together video modules and a basic playbook, and provide a website and an 800 number so they can call if they have questions. All of this would be showing and illustrating, both in the book and in these videos, everything you pretty much need to know to be doing screens. Now, of course, I'm probably not going to cover every single thing because there's a million and one things, but it would be a pretty good example. It's probably not the right word, but it would be a pretty good way to get your foot in the door into the screen business, and then have somebody you could contact when you run into questions. And we're going to cover everything from setting up your business name to getting yourself an accountant. You know, do you become a sole proprietor or an LLC? You know, all of that stuff. And then what's really most important is the marketing. You know, it's all great to know how to do screens, but do you have any business? I mean, that is the tough part, getting the phone to ring. And there's all kinds of ways to do that. But the intention of all this is to make it a shortcut to success with the screen business by not having to go through what I went through, which was really basically 2 years of trial and error. I had no idea how to do screens or really anything about the business or the materials you need or where you get them, or, you know, the multitude of things that after almost going into my 6th year now of doing screens that I've now learned. It's funny, you get to the point where there's things that you don't even think about because you've done it so many times that you just do, you know, that in the beginning I would have loved to have had videos I could refer back to right on my phone, or even a manual where I could go to a chapter, you know, let's say about, you know, screen frame and what happens if the frame does this or that, and then there's an explanation as how to deal with it. All of that would have been really, really helpful. And then to have a professional website up and going with all your information on it, and then the marketing tips, and all of those things, in my opinion, would be worth about $5,000, which is a far cry from the 40+ thousand most of these people want. That want you to go into a franchise. The other downside to buying into a franchise, aside from the obvious expense of it, is most of those franchises are going to limit you to a territory. And, you know, when you're brand new, you will have the benefit of a national franchise name. That'll be definitely helpful because people will pull up the name of that franchise and then they'll look for one near their location. But I know when I first started, if I would have been limited to some territorial area, don't know if I'd have made it. I mean, now I've gotten to the point where most of my work isn't any more than about 20 minutes from my front door at the most, on average, some even less. That took a long time. When I first started, I was driving all over the place, sometimes as long as an hour and 20 minutes to go do work, because nobody knew I existed in the beginning, specifically close by. So, you know, all of that stuff to me is the downer to a franchise. Plus, franchises usually make you pay a fee on your profits back to the franchise for using their name. And they usually have proprietary materials they want you to buy just exclusively from them. I don't know how they would know if you were buying them somewhere else, but you know, that would be what you'd be agreeing to. I know the franchise around here, I'll leave them nameless, but some of the prices customers have told me they've gotten quotes for are in some cases triple what I charge. And I know why, because they've got to pay the franchise fee and they're buying all their material from that franchise. So, you know, I'm looking at it like if somebody wants to get into the screen business and learn how to turn over a six-figure income, or maybe they're just some retired guy who doesn't have anything to do and would like to be a little busy or supplement his Social Security check, which is what I do. This is a great side business. You know, you're busy, real busy for about 5 months out of the year. And then the other 7 months, at least here in Southern California, yeah, there's still work, but not like it is May through September, let's say, or even October. So that's the plan moving forward. If you know somebody who's interested in getting involved in the screen business, have them give me a call. We're not quite there yet with all the modules. There's a lot of work still to do, but we are going to do it, and we're going to hopefully transition. My real plan is to pardon the phone ring. See, there you go. After you've been in business a long time, you get phone calls, even on Sunday morning. My real plan is to sell this business I have here in Southern California and just go into marketing and teaching people how to successfully do the screen business all over the country, which might even include some travel and going out and working with people and training too. I don't know. I'm not opposed to that. Definitely do that. But anyway, we are on our way. We're going to film a little bit when I get here in the next 10 minutes or so. And until then, folks, hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. I know I'm going to be.